Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Main Character Syndrome. I'm your host, Cheesymanfredo, a.k.a. Alfredo Miles. And new year, first episode of the new year. Here we go, Gamers 2024. With me here, as always, I got my co-host, Julian.
Hey, what's up, everybody? New year, new episodes. We are so back, as they say.
New year, new bitch. Am I right, guys?
Like new year, new P, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. New P. Yeah, and that's SuperSpoe. First guest of the new year.
Yeah, year of the
Returning
dragon.
guest.
Dragging my feet back to this podcast.
Year of Jake Long, Teenage Dragon, whatever the name of the show was. American Dragon, yeah. Never mind.
I love that line. He's cool and hot like the frozen sun.
Is that title kind of like racist? Because if he was like a white boy, they wouldn't need to like put the word American Dragon, right?
Yeah, you know, they had to make sure people knew. It's like, no, don't worry. He is American. Don't switch the
I think
channel.
they came up with a lore reason for that. Like every country has their own like guardian dragon. But without watching the show, you would never know that. So yeah, it's probably racist.
I just assume that maybe since the lineage originates in China, they were just called the dragon, right? But since he's in America, they have to specify he's the American dragon.
Yeah, that's why he's that's why he's not like a Chinese dragon, like a little snake thing. He's like the Western dragon.
He was like wasn't he like in the first or second season?
Oh yeah, that's right. They changed the art style.
Design.
The season made him more of a Chinese dragon. Damn.
I never watched the show.
His grandfather was also more traditional looking, if I recall.
I just remember it came out around the same time as a show on Cartoon Network called Juniper Lee that was like had a very similar like plot to the point where it was like did someone copy someone, like because it was like about like an Asian American teenager fighting monsters with superpowers, but they had like their grandfather was their mentor, and they had parents who didn't know about it, and they had like a talking dog, and they both had like an annoying sibling, but it's like the genders were swapped basically.
Yeah, I remember that. I watched neither of those shows. I did not have cable during that era.
Damn.
I only ever caught glimpses of Juniper Lee. It seemed a little too melodramatic for my boyish teenage tastes at the time.
Yeah, you know, it was no Shaolin Showdown for sure, you know.
Yeah, it was no Shaolin Showdown. You're right. My whole opinion about Juniper Lee is based on what Pan Pizza has said. And he says, I don't know, I forgot. Did I cut out right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, well, I just said that, like, my whole opinion about Juniper Lee is based on what, like, Pan Pizza has said about the show.
That's important, you know.
That is very important.
That's what cartoon YouTubers are for, to give you opinions on shows you don't care about.
To inform your opinion, yeah. Okay. Can you guys hear that, by the way?
I just hear your voice.
Yeah, I don't hear
really.
It might come out in the recording though, but Discord's filter is very good. That's why I love Craig.
Moment. All right, back to my podcast. We're gonna cut out that whole part out. What were we talking? We hate the American Dragon. That's our official statement, right?
Yeah, American Dragon, Jake Long. If I had to go for cartoon dragons, he's definitely on the at least the D or C tier, personally. You know.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't know if I have a. Do I like dragons?
Do you like dragons? I mean, everyone likes dragons. Come on.
Wait, hold on. Okay, maybe my number one probably dragon. It's probably like King Ghidorah. It's probably my number one.
He is pretty cool. Definitely like the best dragon.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if I have a number two. The other head of King Ghidorah is my number two.
my top three favorite dragons.
My top three favorite
right head
dragon.
King Ghidorah, left head King Ghidorah, center head King Ghidorah.
Exactly. Yeah, those are my top three dragons right there. Boom, easy.
Damn.
I like the idea of dragons, but I don't know if I have a favorite. Like, I just have a broad awareness of dragons in media. Like, we have Pete's dragon. He's a cool guy, I guess. He's, is he imaginary or is he real? I guess he's real.
Yeah, Pete's Dragon. You know,
there was a Dragon Tales on PBS. You know, anyone who has a sibling, you know, they look at Zach and Wheezy, and you say, "What's wrong with those two? Shut the fuck up."
What's wrong with them? They're different.
They're different from me, and I hate them.
You should ostracize them for being different.
I do remember, like, as a kid, you know how they're like horse girls. So I was really obsessed with like dragons as a kid. Like, I had a lot of books like about like dragons.
You would have been
I think I graduated to dinosaurs at an early age, so I never got that.
Yeah, I've told I'm pretty sure I told the story before on the podcast where it's like my special interest transition is like dinosaurs. When I was younger, I had like the Walking with Dinosaurs VHS, and then went to dragons, but also 9/11 happened, and and I think there was this, during 9/11 there was this kind of like call for more, kind of like, I guess more like quote unquote realistic angle with things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So and I guess like, I don't know, during that time I was very interested in like how things could realistically work in the real world, and maybe that's what led to Godzilla for me. I'm not sure. God, it's so you can't just like one for one like, oh, I know what exactly led to me liking this or liking that, but like I think a big thing about dragons was that dragon lore was just like different in everything, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And I kind of didn't like that. So Godzilla showing up, and I'm like, okay, the lore in Godzilla is pretty consistent throughout the franchise.
Yeah, because
right.
There's no real consistency with dragons because it's all just a bunch of shit from all over, and
it's all a bunch of made up bullshit.
Yeah, it's like some dragons are just like a big snake, and some dragons are like a big turtle that shoots flaming shit out of its ass. You know.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I craved structure at a young age, and Godzilla gave me that structure.
Yeah, you saw the structure of the Twin Towers be compromised, and you thought, I really love structure, and I craved.
I don't remember this part in the Jordan Peterson lectures.
Yeah, you know, Jordan Peterson was definitely big. He seems like a dragon kid, you know.
He is like what was it? Is the Chaos Dragon like women, or is like the idea of women the Chaos Dragon? Like, women are like dragons, and they have to be slayed and put in their place. Is I think what he was trying to say.
Yeah, we need to behead them with an enchanted blade, I think is what Jordan Peterson was saying.
And I couldn't stand by that, so I went over to the more progressive Godzilla side.
Yeah, Godzilla is a big fan of women. That's his big slogan.
He was like a single father for one time, you know.
Yeah.
He had to be the mother and the father to his child.
Yeah, you know, someone should definitely draw Godzilla in that I'm the dad that stepped up shirt or whatever it is.
Yeah. I'm not the stepdad. I'm the dad that stepped up.
Exactly.
Oh my god. So anyway, yeah, dragons are lame, and if you like dragons, fuck you. This is the year of the tiger now, I think, right?
It's the year of the dragon.
No, it's the year of the dragon was last year, right?
No, it's just this year.
It's this year.
Oh, last year was
like I think last year was rabbit.
Oh wait, it is oh my god, I'm so dumb. It is the year of the dragon. Oh wow. Oh yeah, that wasn't on purpose of us talking about dragons in the new year. That was
that's why I brought up dragons originally, because it was like, it's the year of the dragon, 2024.
Oh wow, I'm like half listening to you, so that explains it. I bring guests on, so I don't listen to them talk.
Hey, that's always a good thing for a host to do.
Right, yeah, just ignore your guests, right?
They call it the Jimmy Kimmel method.
Did you see how like fucking I think like didn't someone like there was someone who was making allegations like, oh, you know, he's on the Epstein list and he was ready to sue them.
Oh my god, that sounds like him.
Yeah, he's very I don't know. I guess he doesn't like being called a pedophile or something.
You know, maybe some people on the list, maybe they just went there because there's some nice pina coladas there. You know,
there was oh man, that one fucking clip from Always Sunny with Frank. is like, yeah, I was on the Epstein's list, but I was there for the snorkeling. All right, I had no idea they were doing all that stuff out there.
There's some good fishing spots, you know.
I had this one idea for a comic, but it might be very in poor taste of me to do.
Yeah.
But it's a One Piece reference, and basically, you know the ending of Arlong Park when like Luffy does like the gum guillotine and he fucking just shatters the Arlong Tower.
Yeah.
Right, with Arlong in it. I'm like, okay, recreate that manga page, but instead of Arlong, it's Epstein. And it's like the weird temple thing that's on the island, like Luffy's destroying it.
Oh, damn. Yeah, you know.
If someone else wants to do that, go ahead.
If someone wants to do my One Piece Epstein Island bit, I'm allowing them.
Yeah, the Straw Hats arrive at Little St. James. Like, what is this place? And he meets like a kid there. And Luffy finds out the awful things they're doing to kids, and he beats up Epstein.
Yeah, it's just fucking, it's no fucking contest, just instantly annihilates him.
And then it's like the world elders are in a meeting, and they're like, this is not good. We got to frame it that Epstein killed himself. We can't let the world know the Straw Hats did it.
Yeah, no, all the people who are implicated here, all the iconic characters are.
All the sea warlords are on the list.
got fucking Vivi's dad, fucking Wapol. He's going to
Wapol
St. James Island.
You know he went on that fuck. You know he was eating kids on that fucking island.
He was just devouring them whole. That's where
canonically, isn't Wapol like 20 years old or something crazy like that?
He is. I gotta look this up.
I hate ages in anime. I hate when I know how old characters are. It's fine for like settings where it's like a school and I'm like, okay, they're all teenagers. I assume that, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like, look at this obviously a way older guy.
Yeah.
They're 13.
Yeah, Wapol is 27, my current age, which is very cool.
That is very weird. I don't like that. I
What
don't
an
like that.
accomplished young man.
Yeah, honestly.
I don't like that canonically all of like pre-time skip was like under a year. You know?
Yeah,
It doesn't feel right. Yeah, because that would imply they've hung out with like other people for like way longer than their own crew.
Yeah, like it kind of makes it think that it's just like fucking like entire arcs take place in like 1 or 2 days essentially.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's like they were like in Alabasta for like 2 days or 3, right?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I guess like it feels like, I don't know. It feels weird, but
Yeah.
I guess that's why they don't point it out. You
Yeah,
know?
they try the best not to really talk about like what year it is or like how the passage of time works. I guess because it's like a series all about sailing and stuff, and sailing usually takes a long time. It's weird that you get that far in like a year, and it's like
We're really getting into the weeds, though, if you guys are current on the most recent chapters, because we're getting to the backstory of what's his face?
Bartholomew Kuma.
Yeah,
Kuma.
It's really good.
And like
so
the
far.
reveal of Bonnie's actual age and all of that. It's like, oh no, that's too much information about the passage of time. Stop.
I didn't want to know that. I'm not caught up. I literally stopped like in the middle of the Kaido fight because I was like, yeah, I'll just wait till this is over, and I totally forgot. It's already been.
Oh man, you're in for a lot of cool stuff then.
Yeah, I bet. I'll catch up. It's not over just yet. I need to catch up so then I can someone told me, because I think a couple like podcast episodes ago I talked about, I know how One Piece is gonna end. I have like this theory about like, this is totally where it's gonna go. I feel, because it just kind of makes sense. And even like to an extent where it's like I think I could guess what the One Piece is. But like that's not like the real ending. Like that's like part 1 of the ending, you know, right? Like they're gonna get to the One Piece, and there's gonna be a whole other thing going, and I don't want to spill the beans of it just yet here.
Like them finding it is gonna be like that's gonna really kick off the shit, because then it's like, well, now we know, you know, probably know One Piece could just be a little green alien or something, and then people are like, what the fuck?
I think that it's gonna be something very funny, and like what what I think it's gonna be is gonna be very funny and unexpected.
Oh yeah.
And it's gonna tie into like it's gonna tie back to like Luffy and the whole Joy Boy angle.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think also the whole thing with fucking Joy, like, okay, for people who don't fucking know, this is all One Piece talk, right? So
So
you
One
might be
Piece
able to skip
podcast
this.
now. Just read all 1100 chapters of One Piece and get back to this.
Yeah, you'll catch up. It's okay. But I think Joy Boy is like part one of like the wider thing that's going on, specifically with the crew, like where the crew is gonna be by the end of the story. I think Joy Boy is like the beginning of it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't want to say too much. I do legit think this video would be interesting to do because I want to do the whole talking in front of like a little conspiracy theory whiteboard kind of thing.
Really Quentin reviews it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm a Quentin reviews, big inspo, big inspiration,
big fan.
I don't hate Quentin, but
I think he needs to be boiled personally.
I think he needs to be canceled.
Yeah.
I think someone needs to Photoshop
just knock
his
him
name
down
in
a
Epstein's
peg,
black
make an
book,
example
if you know
out of
what I
him.
mean.
I think I'm over Sam and Cat. All right. I never thought I would say this, but I'm totally over Sam and Cat.
Yeah, I never had much memories of it. Outside of it would be the thing the kids I would babysit will watch sometimes. So seeing about 23 hours of analysis on it, it's like, I don't. Mm-hmm. It's like you can't really criticize it. People are like, oh, you don't like long videos. It's like I like long YouTube videos. It's just like there's sometimes people just feel like they're padding it out just to make it long.
I haven't looked. Okay, I'll say this. I haven't seen the Quentin one, the recent one. It might be the most interesting ass recap of Sam and Cat. Right? I'll give it that. It could be that, right? But I don't know. It's not like the recent H Bomber guy videos where it's like, oh, it's talking about this, but it's really about this wider thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is just like a timeline of a thing that one probably shouldn't spend too much time thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear that he has a big part in it that's just about Jeanette McCurdy's book, which I guess that's fine, but you also could just like tell people to read the book for themselves, Quentin.
I think that could be its own video if he just goes over the Jeanette McCurdy book. That could be its own video.
Because that was in the video. It is a bit weird because it's like the video is mostly like just him being funny and doing comedic bits. And then like the last bit is him very seriously analyzing this book. And it's like, this probably should have been separated. I don't know. Seems a bit like a bit of a, I don't know, a shock there to the system.
You could squeeze out more content that way,
Yeah, out of that Sam and Cat lemon.
Mm-hmm. I think might be a little off topic, but I think I like the H Bomber guy video about the oof sound more than the plagiarism one.
Oh yeah,
I think the plagiarism one was fine. I liked it, but it was a little bit too kind of like drama-y, I guess. Like I didn't like everything he was talking about. I felt like, yeah, this is important, right? But it is kind of like this is more of his little more drama focused kind of video.
Yeah,
than like.
I mean,
once you learn the twist, you can't go back. But I could rewatch that oof video.
James Somerton's on the thumbnail, right? So
yeah, but
I was like, okay.
I mean, at least because I'm pretty sure in the video he said like he's like donating all the ad revenue to like the people who were plagiarized from. So you can at least like argue that like he's not trying to drama farm or anything like a lot of people
that's
do.
Good.
Mm-hmm. No, that's why like I think it's better than like maybe drama-y is not the right word, but maybe I wasn't taken by too many twists and turns, I guess.
Yeah.
And then like the oof one where it's like, okay, and then Tommy Tellerico is this like fucking is the villain behind it all, right? And like,
I guess it's like it's just so unexpected because it's like it's a sound bite. It's like how can you go farther into this, and then it takes you into this guy who's like been around forever and is just this con man. It's like, oh, okay, it's a completely different direction.
Right, exactly. Like I love hearing about I love like hearing stories about like con men, especially if they're like really weird and like wacky.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Speaking about fucking video essays I hate, I did not like that recent Defunctland video on the Epcot. Ball, I guess.
Oh, really?
You guys seen that?
Yeah.
I haven't. I don't watch Defunctland, but I have seen a few of his videos. I rely on the Defunctland viewers to tell me what's good and what's mid.
I didn't like that it wasn't narrated. Like I didn't like that, you know.
Yeah, it was mostly just like a typical documentary, I guess.
It was just kind of just like clips and like interviews and whatnot. And I think like I don't know. I feel like that's too like what why do people like listen to like video essays or like watch them or whatnot, you know? Majority of times it's just to play something in the background, right? Like that's usually what's like it's the best at doing, I feel.
It's certainly what drives the pocket industry of the video essay.
Yeah, especially the really
not so
long
much as
ones,
like giving you something to learn.
They're not expecting you to like watch intently to every second of it.
Right.
I do sometimes though. I'm disappointed when there's like nothing going on. Like I watched this recent FD Signifier video where he talks about Spike Lee and the semantics of the word. Can I say coon? I guess I can't.
Yeah,
we'll censor that.
You can say you're black, right?
Well, yeah. And there's not a lot of editing going on in that video, but I was sitting there intently paying attention to every little detail. I'm like, oh, I'm disappointed. I did what I was supposed to do.
Oh, good job. They should put little rewards or make it like baby sensory videos.
Yeah, you should get like 100 YouTube points for like watching a video all the way through without stopping. That's over an hour long, and then like you can spend those on little accessories to put on your profile. You know, like MySpace.
They should. Exactly. YouTube is trying to compete with Twitch, and that's what they're missing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It should be like the fucking little reward. Those little fucking, I guess, trophies you get on Newgrounds.
Yeah. YouTube should have achievements. Every time you watch a YouTube short, there should be a little XP bar that goes up by one little bit.
This guy has seen like a full episode of EFAP all the way through, just watching it, like not even like doing something else. He sits down and just watches the full like 5 hours or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be terrible.
Yeah, they're like 5 to 12 hours. Like, man.
Because with the Newgrounds rating system, the higher your level, the more your vote counts. Just imagine how devastated entire channels would be when like an EFAP viewer watches them and gives them the thumbs up or the thumbs down.
Oh yeah, they would become the new aristocracy of the site, you know.
Oh boy, that'd be the new meta.
Like
that. But I really okay. Yeah, I know this is all a joke. They wouldn't really go for that though, because they already removed like the dislike bar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does everyone here have like the plugin that gives it back? Because I use it.
Yeah, I still have the plugin to see it. It is very funny to see like a video still get a lot of dislikes even though it's been disabled. Because like, man, you really have to fuck up then because there's not even like a bar for people to look at.
Right, exactly. Because it's very yeah, because that did kill a lot of like momentum for people pressing on the dislike bar, right?
Yeah, because you can't see it. So what's the point?
Yeah, you're less incentivized to do it. Speaking of like dislikes, now it's time for the TikTok update. A new segment I just invented right now.
Speaking of dislikes, make sure to not dislike this video.
Exactly. Like, subscribe, follow for more content that I randomly spew out on this channel. But on TikTok, I saw that there were like teenagers reminiscing about like YouTube Rewind and how they missed out during like the era where they would make them, and it's kind of like,
no,
I don't think you're missing out on much. Everyone hated those.
Yeah,
you know, that is bizarre that people have like nostalgia for stuff like that. Because like there's so many, like I'm sure there are people who do that kind of stuff either with like year in review stuff, so it's not like you're really missing out much.
Right, exactly.
And some of those are interesting. I watched one that was just all 2023 memes, and I'm like, hey, I don't hate this. Also, wow, I recognize too many memes. That's so sad.
You talk about like the custom ones people make?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are kind of interesting because it's like, I know the YouTube, like the more corporate they like there's a veneer, there's like an image that they want to keep up of being professional. So the only like YouTubers they'll put are like like at least wholesome or non-problematic YouTubers, I guess.
Or Will
right?
Smith.
Yeah, but they'll never. Yeah, they'll never put on like the real dirties, the real awful collection of people. They wouldn't put like the fucking call out video that Lex Updog made about Super Mega on there.
Yeah, you know.
That would be in very poor taste, but it would definitely be the most interesting thing they'd have ever done.
I think it'd be kind of interesting. They should, you know what, they should just make like an AI generator that just makes AI generated YouTube rewinds, and like if it picks up a bunch of fucked up shit, just be like, hey, that wasn't us. That was the AI.
Yeah,
YouTube
the AI
fans,
decided.
that was you. You watched this. You did this.
Hey, the AI decided to put the Boogie documentary there, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I don't know, but you know, they thought it was a good idea to show Boogie talking about being bad at selling magic cards to people. I don't know what to tell you.
Right. Exactly.
I don't know what to tell you, Mr. President. People love watching breast examination videos. It's just how our platform works.
It turns out videos of squirrels getting shot with BB guns are up 500% in 2023. I don't know what to tell you.
They can't stop watching these fucking Poppy's Playtime and Digital Circus play Squid Games. They just can't. They can't. That's what they love. That's what they yearn for.
They love seeing that little clown girl be killed. I can't explain it.
Right, exactly. Oh man, I saw a buddy talk about like wondering like why did Digital Circus catch on with the whole fucking Spider Elsa crowd, but not like Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. And I think because Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared kind of miss the mark on hitting with people in that way specifically, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that was sort of because I feel like a lot of those content mills move to more independent characters because there's less of chance of copyright infringement. So probably around that time they were just doing Spider-Man Elsa stuff. But then when they couldn't do that, they were just like, okay, well, we'll use, I don't know, fucking Undertale or Digital Circus or whatever, since they're not going to complain.
Right.
I do remember seeing a ton of Undertale stuff.
Yeah.
Think about all those kids who like grow up and be like, oh, Undertale is a game? I didn't know that.
Yeah. When are there going to be TikToks of people reminiscing of that kind of mill content, you know? Come on,
it's gonna be interesting. I feel like the kids in the future to see what kind of art they make out of like just consuming content mill shit.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be very interesting. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, these kids are cooked. They're like, oh, maybe. I feel like every generation was cooked in a specific way, you know?
Yeah, you know. Like...
I feel cooked every time I look at my inbox and I see a new email from the Foamy the Squirrel guy.
Oh yeah, he's a VTuber now, right?
The Foamy the Squirrel guy barely. I think he doesn't even have like 1K. He has like barely 1K on Twitter, I think, which I thought was kind of weird.
Crazy.
Or okay, he might have more than that, but I think the amount of followers on Twitter is not too many. I guess people are just so disconnected with culture, you know, like Foamy the Squirrel. Right?
Foamy the Squirrel is literally like that. Like 25-year-old web content at this point, you know.
He's like a Bugs Bunny in the 90s.
Right, exactly. I tried rewatching the Foamy the Squirrel video and I was like, nah.
Yeah, you know,
nope.
It's like
that's what I mean when I say I'm cooked because I'm way too tuned into that. I will listen to that squeaky squirrel talk for like an hour while I'm at work, and I will somehow, I think, enjoy myself, even though I shouldn't.
You're wild.
I remember watching Foamy the Squirrel for liking it, but then I watched Duckman. I was like, oh, Duckman is just like Foamy the Squirrel, but way better.
True.
That was me when I played the Resistance games. You remember Resistance? It was like shoot aliens, I think.
Yeah.
In the game there was something else, but just they're aliens. They're just fucking aliens. But anyway, I played the second one and I thought, oh, this is neat. Then I played the first one. I'm like, wait, this is way better. What the fuck? The second one sucks. That was me. That's my Foamy the Squirrel, if you will.
Yeah, listen, I was much more of a Happy Tree Friends kind of kid either way, you know.
Yeah,
definitely. That literally is how I discovered YouTube, was because my friend would show me Happy Tree Friends. Like, damn.
I remember seeing Happy Tree Friends on television. I had no idea it was an internet thing for a while.
Wouldn't it be on MTV or something? Or am I?
They were showing clips of it on Attack of the Show.
Oh yeah, like G4 and stuff.
Exactly. Oh man. If I can only go back in time and make little funny video game cartoon parodies, so I could end up on Attack of the Show
Yeah,
and build a whole career off of
you
that.
get a time
Yeah.
machine. That's what you do with it. Just
Yeah.
become the next Foamy the Squirrel creator.
Those
Next one,
Rooster
you
Teeth
become
guys got so
Ego
lucky.
Raptor.
Like early Red versus Blue is not that complex. Anyone could have made that.
Yeah, exactly. But they made it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that's easy to say now because like those kind of things are so like are pretty available to everyone else. But back then, like
Right.
being able to record something that wasn't holding up your fucking shitty video camera up to a TV was like, whoa, this
Right,
is
exactly.
revolutionary.
Whoa, how'd you do that?
How did you do that? You made that guy say an awful joke. That's big.
That's fucking awesome. And
Whoa, you made Halo unfunny, dude. That's
this angry video game nerd guy. He's like saying fuck to Nintendo games.
Okay,
That's
you know what?
crazy.
Wait, oh, hold up. There's no way. Okay, I'll say this. Eventually, yeah, there was like nostalgia critic types, but I feel I'm gonna like, I'll stake my claim right now. No one else but James Rolfe could have done the nerd. Like,
Oh yeah.
there was just something. It was just different. It wasn't like the Linkara lore videos. I think the Linkara stuff was very like he stayed within his own budget, you know, which wasn't like too much. But something about I don't know, like I can't think of too many Linkara quotes. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just like APGN, like there was nothing else like it before, like him before. So there's nothing he could have copied. He was just sort of like paving his own path there and just kind of doing whatever he wanted to.
I think that's why I think that's how he managed to stay on top, like compared to other like fucking reviewer types, right? There was just something very unique about that. And just even like the writing, I feel even like as he was saying shit, fuck, piss,
Yeah.
cum, and whatnot. But like I don't know the way he said it,
Yeah, because he was clearly a guy with like a film background that understood like at least somewhat how to write a joke better than some guy who saw a bit an internet video and was like, oh, he just swears, I can do that.
Right, exactly. It's fucking amazing. Yeah, and that's how you can kind of tell the difference between that and then like a nostalgia critic skit. And
Yeah, we just have a little MS Paint character dancing around.
right, exactly. I remember him like years ago in an interview said that he always just wanted to do cartoons, and he kind of, I guess, fell into the reviewer stuff. And I'm like, he should have just done cartoons. His art style kind of reminds me of like, YOLO Swag Studios.
Yeah. I mean, like I remember he used to do a thing called like video game confessionals or whatever, and like he would like do a lot of art on it. And I was like, he's pretty good at drawing. So he's got a recognizable style.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember video game confessionals. Did that character die or something? Sometimes he just would just kill a character instead of just stop making a video. Like he wants you to know that in the canon the character is dead.
Yeah, I'll have to check the channel awesome wiki, but maybe he died like to boldly flee or something. I do not have the constitution to watch that movie all the way through, so I would never know.
Yeah,
I think in a
all the way
timeline where
through
he stuck with that, we would have gotten less of Hot Diggity Demon, which might have been the better timeline.
Do you think so?
Perhaps.
It's one of those things like about like Hot Diggity Demon. It's like I really like his art style, like his animation, but the stuff he makes just is not very funny at all, and it's just like man.
Yeah, like I feel like and you know what it should have it should have worked for him, because like it's not like he was like untalented. He's very talented.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's not like he wasn't with the wrong crowd. I think he was like, people lump him up with like, like early Ego Raptor or like Psychic Pebbles and all that.
Like all those sort of guys. And
yeah, like it should have worked out for him. He didn't end up on like crack like other animators or anything.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why. Maybe because like the type of stuff he was doing was about as edgy as whatever like Psychic Pebbles or like Oni was doing.
I guess it's like I guess he just continued to be edgy.
Maybe
I'm not on the. I know I see a lot of people on Twitter being like, "Oh, he's gotten better. He's nicer now," and I'm like, I don't think he's nicer now. I think he's not like overtly racist, but like I don't think he like. I don't know. I don't need Hog Diggity Demon to change. I think he I guess, because I already don't like him, you know. So
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of
I
one of those things where, like, I already kind of don't find his content that funny anymore.
mm-hmm,
Just kind of
Yeah.
personal
mm-hmm.
taste thing, really. Like, I don't think like he's gotten like better or worse. Like, I still like his art, but otherwise, it's just like, I've just kind of changed on what kind of like. I think my favorite like internet animator is probably Worthy Kids. Like, their stuff is
Oh
so
yeah,
good.
definitely. I love Worthy Kids, but when I think about Worthy Kids, I get very like oh god, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah,
And
That's
like
fair.
I tend to not get that with too many creators, mostly because like it's the fact that like oh Worthy Kids literally invented a new way to fucking use Blender to imitate stop motion, and it's like, damn, is that what you got to do? To like get is that the thing you got to do to fucking like get noticed? Is you have to literally reinvent the wheel, you know?
That's what
yeah.
they say.
Yeah, it can definitely be like, sometimes you just have people like
Like I
that
like Worthy Kids.
who are just like freaks of nature who are so
Yeah.
insanely talented that it's like, not everyone can be like
I
that,
mean, I'm yeah, right. I mean, I'm glad that he like exists, you know, because I think now there's other people doing that, and it's like, oh, that's something I would be interested in trying to do, you know. Now that there's already like a framework for it, and I guess it's like
Yeah,
it's the same like AVGN. Oh, here's a thing you can do online, right? And
yeah.
here's
Like,
AVGN
can,
there, right?
you can definitely say there was like, just from like the humor style and like the actual art style of their stuff, there was definitely no one doing things like Worthy Kids would do. So I guess that
Mm-hmm.
is a pretty apt comparison.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Right. What
Duh.
was I gonna say? Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna dox and kill Hot Diggity Demon. I think just confirm
Yeah.
that now.
Max G, I think you should come on the podcast. We gotta
Yeah,
we
he
gotta
should come on the podcast.
we should have just air out the beef.
Right. Just we should have a boxing match. I should box.
Yeah, creator clash for internet
Yeah,
animator.
Creator Clash was the third one. Actually, I don't think they're gonna make another one, right?
Yeah, I
But
think in like iDubbbz where it's like, the last one, like, I lost a lot of money. I'm not doing this anymore.
damn. Well, there's already like a bunch of other ones,
Yeah,
right?
I know there was
Like,
one that like Boogie was in, right? Because I remember that was in the
yeah.
documentary. So I guess there's like some other ones made by other creators now.
Why do
Mm-hmm,
people
mm-hmm.
do that? Like, why is that a event? Creators fighting each other
Well,
physically.
I mean, it started with like what Logan Paul, technic. Well, there was two other creators before Logan Paul, and then I think it was like
Yeah,
Logan Paul and KSI, right? And they
yeah,
started that. They made it kind of popular. That's kind of the thing, right? Like there usually was someone before the big trend. Before there's the person who like technically started the trend, but then there's the person who made the trend popular. You
Yeah.
know,
yeah.
right?
Logan Paul really was the ABGN of internet celebrity boxing
Like
in a way.
VTubers dressing up as
Right.
nuns. I recently discovered that was a whole trend.
Dressing up
Just
like nuns.
Yeah,
nuns.
for the stream.
Oh.
And then
Oh,
chatters like show up and give confessionals
oh,
on
Oh,
stream.
oh
yeah, I
yeah,
heard
I've
about
seen
that.
those. Those are great. I love those. I think it was like Pay Money Love You or whatever. Yeah.
Oh
Uh,
man, I when you said nuns, I thought you were talking about there was like a on TikTok there was like these videos of like there's like I don't know what the name of this ride is, but there was like a fair in Mexico and they have like the spinning rides where you like sit down. And it's like I guess like a it's just like a spin. It just spins you around, right? It's
Oh, I
huge.
love those.
And there's like a guy in the middle dressed up like the nun from the Nun movie, right? And he's just dancing, right?
yeah.
Ooh,
Because and the song that they're like playing is like a remixed techno version of a Mexican song about a nun, and he's just like dancing. That became the big meme. Like it was like around October, I think.
I feel
'Cause
like I've seen that.
yeah, I think that's when the recent Nun movie came out. Was in October, I think. I don't know. I don't keep track of that shit.
Yeah, good track of movies. Just
I don't.
just wait for it to drop on Tubi like a normal person.
Right, exactly. Um, epic,
I'm
epic.
waiting for the to be cut.
Yeah.
Drop the to be cut.
Drop the Tubi cut. Fucking love
Mhm.
Tubi. I recently found these movies on there. It's like there's like five of them. It's called Evil Bong and Evil Bong 1 through
Oh
5.
yeah,
They're,
yeah,
they're
by Full Moon
exactly. They
Studios. Yeah,
yeah, Tubi just kind of it's like the streaming service for all the shit you see at the dollar store. It's
yeah,
free, so you don't even have to pay for it. It's great.
that is really awesome. I think Okay, this wasn't on Tubi, but this was like a movie with kind of like similar energy. Like I think on Christmas we watched like the Jack Frost like slasher movie where he's like killing people.
Oh yeah, the one where he's
Right.
got like the skeleton face.
Yeah, that was on the cover, which false marketing. He does not turn into a skeleton snowman in the movie.
Yeah, I remember your post about that. It's like, yeah, I remember that cover so vividly.
It's an iconic video store cover.
Exactly.
I kept
It is.
renting that as a kid because I thought I was borrowing the family movie, and
With
then we would
Michael, the
watch
Michael
some of it.
Keaton, Jack Frost.
Yeah, I was like, wait a
Yeah.
minute, this isn't it. Go quick, turn it off.
This is not Rise of the Guardians. What the heck?
That was pretty epic. I got YouTube recommended like older synth cool videos, and I got his Jack Frost one where he talks about the Michael Keaton one. It's pretty great because he just doesn't. It's spoiled for a video that's literally just 8 minutes, and you can just go watch it right now. But he doesn't even review the actual movie. He just bitches about like the intro because he's so bothered by like how awful like the music and the crowd is at that opening, because the opening of the movie is Michael Keaton and his, I guess, fucking snowman themed band playing music. And Simcoe has like a bajillion things to say about just that scene. and then he's like, okay, and then Michael Keaton dies. That's the end of the movie. that's like act one of the movie. He dies because God sends him back to help his son in snowman form.
Oh. Yeah,
Oh.
that's a fucked up way trick to play by God, I think.
I think hot take, God kind of fucked up. Kind of a fucked up guy.
Yeah. I mean, which one's worse? There's that one. There's 9 Lives starring Kevin Spacey being turned into a cat, I think, because he smited God or something.
God, like what am I supposed to learn?
Yeah,
send him back as a fucking
better be nice, or else a fucking witch will hex you and turn you into a fucked up animal.
Right, yeah, send him back as a cat with feline AIDS that's a stray and lives in fucking Thailand. I'll teach him his fucking lesson. That's kind of just Buddhism, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you come back as something fucked up because you were like evil before, right?
Yeah,
I was this was again like during like Christmas. We didn't have a proper Christmas episode. But whatever, who cares? But we did. I remember in a group call with people, we watched like I think it was like an old animated short that was made like post World War One, and I think it was called Peace on Earth. And we were watching it, and it's kind of like it's a squirrel society, and their houses are made out of like soldier helmets, right? Because the idea is that the humans wiped themselves out during the war, and us squirrels have like lived in this society, and it's like they're celebrating Christmas. And while we were watching it, we were joking like, "Oh wow, these squirrels are Christians. these squirrels have converted to Christianity." And then it just like, "Oh, this happened because we converted to Christianity." They just like show it like
that happened with me too. Like me and my roommate were watching like some like random Christmas specials we found on like YouTube and stuff, and there was one that it was like one about like it was like in the future, I guess, and there was a bunch of like little robots. It was called like a Wobots Christmas or something, like with a W. It was like some like it was some like there was nothing else to it, so it was just like this one thing. I guess it was some sort of knockoff Cubics thing, but it was just sort of like it was pretty basic stuff with a lot of songs and all that, basic Christmas movie stuff. But towards the end, there was this weird like shoehorn like, oh yeah, and like millions of years ago there was this baby in a manger, and there's this other robot teaching the other robots about Christ. It's like, oh, he seems pretty cool. We can definitely kill the villain now.
Now that I know about Christ, I have the power to murder you.
Yeah,
Have either of you seen a movie called Toothless?
Toothless? No.
Yeah,
Is that a Christmas movie?
starring Christy Alley. No, I don't think it's a Christmas movie. It's about a dentist woman who is forced to become a tooth fairy by angels. And if she doesn't like follow their arcane angel
like
tooth
Santa
fairy
Claus.
rules, they send her to
Yeah.
hell.
Oh wow.
That sounds funny.
And there's a scene where they show her getting forced into a elevator, and like it seems like she's getting sent to hell, which scared me as a kid. But they're actually just sending her back to her life on Earth. It's an unnecessary, terrifying
Oh,
freak.
because hell is Earth when you're alive on Earth. That's the real hell.
Maybe.
Like you've been in hell the entire time. Actually, that was
Plot
a little
twist. Oh man, that fucking damn! You reminded me of something, but I just forgot it right now. Oh, okay. So you guys ever heard of the movie called Unicorn Wars? It's like a Spanish movie. It's animated.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've heard of it, I haven't seen it, but
it's like, not without spoiling too much. I don't think the spoils it too much, but like part of the lore is that the teddy bears in the movie discovered like the Bible and Christ and everything, because there's explicit like, because like this is not even another spoiler, but there's like they're ruled under like a fascist regime that uses like Christianity to control the bears, right? None of that is like spoilers, because like I think what the movie is talking about is like a way huger topic, like just talking about violence in general and what is that, what is like senseless violence, and the movie goes like the any of the movies like full metaphor, like boom, and then it becomes a metaphor. Oh, you get it, it's a huge metaphor, but it's really good. And I really recommend it. Unicorn Wars.
Yeah, for a second there I thought you were talking about that Gendy show.
Oh no, not that one. We were talking about that on Twitter for a bit, and I think I quote tweeted a post saying like, yeah, Gendy, like, because someone said like, why did people stop talking about this show? And I'm like, because Gendy forgot to put a fucking story in there.
Yeah, it's fucking boring. All the characters are like either don't talk or like are just sad all the time and have. It's like if you're gonna have like a whole team up show, I feel like everyone's gotta like each other, right?
I think yeah, because the whole show felt like an epilogue, right? Like, oh, okay, this is like they're showing us what like what's the premise of the rest of the series are gonna be, but I don't even know if it's gonna get a season 2. You know, I mean, it might. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, given how shows tend to work, they'll just make like 10 episodes and make like season 1 is 5 and season 2 is 5, so maybe. But
I think I think the whole story with the show is that Gendy originally pitched it years ago, right, to like Mike Lazo, like just years. I think before Samurai Jack, he tried to pitch the show, and they said no. And now watching it, now it's become a reality. Like he's at that point where like, okay, he's done enough stuff for other people, and he's kind of just built a name, and he's like, oh, he's this legendary cartoonist, Gendy Tartakovsky, and he is. I think he does deserve that title, right?
But like, I mean, Unicorn looks really nice and it has a nice art style. I like it a lot. Right. Like if it was just like an art book or something, that would be cool. But it's also just like it sucks that it's so boring. Like I don't want it to be.
It should have been like just like a European comic or something. You know, it has that energy like. Like Gendy, if he did like a comic, and I know he could do comics. He's done comics before.
Yeah, he did like a Luke Cage one that was really good.
He did, and that was really good. Yeah. So he has it in him, you know. But I mean, I don't know. Who am I to say to fucking dictate his fucking life?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm glad he got that blank check to basically make whatever he wants to.
Right.
Like, you know, that's really awesome.
And now I think he's doing another one for them. He's doing that like one about the dog getting neutered, right? I think for Netflix.
Yeah, some kind of like.
He's also like overseeing some sort of Powerpuff Girls project, isn't he?
I thought.
You guys are talking about Gendy. I keep confusing those guys. Oh, I gotta stop that.
They're same generation, so it makes sense.
They are the same generation. They look very different. My partner says I look like Craig McCracken.
Damn.
If Craig had like a Mexican son, I don't know if I see it.
Your hair is kind of a Craigish sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. I'll post a picture of Craig McCracken and I'll post a picture of me, and you guys tell me. I kind of see it. Craig looks like he needs some sleep. Like he looks like Craig. You could, like, dog. You haven't had a show for a couple of years, dude. You could take a nap. It's okay.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, just looking at pictures of him, like he just has like so many bags under his eyes. Like, man, come on.
He's like he looks like he like just he animated Powerpuff Girls by himself.
Yeah, like his eyes are so sunken you can see his skull in this little image.
Oh no, Craig. Oh no. I'm trying to. Okay, I gotta look for. I need a picture where I'm like. Oh my god, I'm looking for a picture where I'm thin, guys.
Okay.
He's going to post that picture, and then I'm going to say, where did you get this picture of Lauren Faust's husband?
Yeah.
Do you have permission to post this?
Yeah, this seems like a candid photo, man. I don't know.
Guys, isn't that... okay, there you go. Guys, I don't have a double chin. I'm doing a funny face, guys. Okay, I don't want to hear double chin.
I would never dream of it. Yeah, y'all definitely have like the same hair, like very wavy and stuff. And
right.
Yeah, I could definitely see it.
Maybe I should just try to like pass off as his son. When I was like in middle school, people would call me George Lopez.
Oh no.
Oh damn.
And I feel like I kind of look more like George Lopez. I disowned him though, because of the shit he said on his podcast.
Well, what would he say on his podcast?
He was like he's apparently had a long history of undermining other Mexican comedians.
Oh damn.
Right. And and the thing is, like, the reasoning, and I get where he's coming from, but he didn't have to throw like other Mexican comedians under the bus, because his whole idea was that like, oh, white people have trouble remembering like comedians, if ethnicities, like if there's two Mexican comedians, they're gonna get confused. So George made it his mission to be like the only Mexican comedian, you know.
Wow.
Like he would never do sets. He would never do like sets with other Mexican comedians. If he was like headlining at a special place, he wouldn't do it if there were other Mexican comedians involved. He would like do the whole thing like you know, like solo, right? Because he never wanted to be confused. And I mean it worked, right? Like he was considered the de facto like Mexican comedian.
Yeah. What about like, Carlos Mencia? Come on now.
Carlos Mencia is from like El Salvador.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's fine.
He's like El Salvador and like half German, I think, or something. Like,
damn, I guess that's why George Lopez never went after him.
Right. Well, I think Carlos Mencia got so much heat from all the joke stealing.
Yeah.
Joke stealing is funny. I think it's because it's like, how do you stop that? I don't think there's a way to like stop that. Like any like true like, because comedians kill all comedians too. By the way, that's my stance.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do in the Year of the Dragon this year.
Right, exactly. That's why this podcast is super unfunny, because I stand by my principles of wanting to kill
you
all
don't
comedians.
Understand. It's anti-humor. You'll get it soon.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. I told too many jokes. This is like a community service.
It's like Andy Kaufman, you know.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you don't get it. I'm not a misogynist. I'm beating up women because it's funny, dude. Come on.
I'm pointing out how absurd it is.
Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny that I beat women? I mean, not funny. Get it?
Yeah, that's my favorite George Lopez bit.
I saw the Andy Kaufman, the fucking, was it Man on the Moon documentary, where it's like Jim Carrey like goes full method actor, and it's like,
yeah,
damn, I can see why they didn't want to originally drop this documentary, because he does look like a piece of shit in it. You know.
Oh yeah.
I think whoever said that, like, you notice people never want to method act like good people, right? Like, they never want to method act like a nice person who does good things for people, you know? It's always like,
an asshole.
I got to method act an asshole, right? You know? It's very, it's very awesome. It's very awesome that's where we are right now, you know?
Who's that one guy, Kevin Eastman? He did some method acting as just like a normal guy for one movie.
Kevin Eastman, co-creator of TMNT.
Yeah.
No, a different Kevin. I'm so bad with names.
Okay.
One of those other Kevins out there.
It's another one.
Who didn't make TMNT.
Yeah, well, Kevin is a popular name. So
Kevin Bacon?
Is it Kevin Bacon?
In, what was that movie?
It's the movie where he looks like a nice guy.
If anyone listening is a Kevin Bacon fan, please tell me that movie he did method acting for.
Yeah,
where
Kevin
he was
Bacon.
just like, yeah, I was just a normal guy. And then they caught up to me and we started filming. It was great.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon. If you have autoplay on while you're on YouTube and it somehow lands on this podcast, just let us know.
Kevin Bacon method act when he in his first movie Friday the 13th, the scene where he killed them, he's actually letting them murder him, for that shot. He's like, I want it to be real as possible. Seriously, put that arrow through my fucking neck.
Kevin Bacon lived life as a wolf for 3 weeks while preparing for the role of Balto. Was he Balto or was he different wolf?
Oh, in the fucking what's it called? I know what you're talking about. It's the fucking like
Alpha and Omega.
No, not Alpha and Omega. It's like the precursor to that, I guess. But it's
just called Balto.
Is it called Balto? Yeah, I remember Balto. That's the one where like, oh, there's a sick girl and the dog has to bring her medicine or she'll die. Right.
Yeah, and they don't want Balto because he's not a trained dog, but he's the only one who can pull it off in the end.
Damn, we used to be a country.
Yeah, we used to make cool furry movies,
Right, exactly.
Just look at.
Remember when movie posters looked like this? Like, this was a whole era of movie posters.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I had to guess, it was probably Disney that started, like, the trend of posters looking like this. Because this is obviously one of those, like, we're trying to trick you. This is a Disney movie. And it worked for, like, a lot of them. Like, so many people thought Anastasia was, like, a Disney movie, unironically.
Yeah, because, like, I think in test screenings, they literally just put the Disney logo in front of it to trick audiences, and they liked it more because they thought it was a Disney movie. Like, damn, fucking
That's kind of funny
NPC
because,
behavior.
At my house, we watched more Anastasia than any other princess movie.
Right, you guys became
By the time we got around to The Little Mermaid, it was like, oh, how quaint.
You guys were like pro-monarchist in that household. You're like, damn, yeah, fuck the fucking Bolsheviks, dude, and all the
kinda,
things
yeah.
they did.
I remember many a speech from my dad talking about kings and princes.
That makes sense.
It influences a lot of my mentality nowadays. I am a prince. He said, ironically.
If you don't know, Spo, Julian's been like slowly feeding me like facts about his dad that paints like a very interesting picture.
What's the whole story so far?
He's like some sort of music producer. He's some sort of music producer, and he's trying to genetically engineer Julian to be a musician, or him and all his 12 siblings.
To make us, that explains the whole Jackson 5 thing.
Yeah, exactly. That was the joke to that. Speaking of fucking just random. Speaking of Balto, I hate how like Google Images are that like you get AI shit like this.
Oh yeah,
was that AI?
Yeah, that's AI. That's the fucking Balto girlfriend.
I don't think anyone would draw eyes like that on purpose.
It's almost like a little kid doing digital for the first time, but like something seems off. Like some parts are just too clean,
Yeah, like I know what you mean though. Like you can't just look up anything on Google anymore without fucking just being tons of AI stuff, and it's just like even like it's really funny how you can just type a question into Google and it'll give like AI generated responses that are just wrong.
That's so awesome.
Yeah,
I love this age we live in.
I wonder if AI could help me identify the Kevin Bacon movie I'm thinking of.
Why don't you ask ChatGPT if they know?
It makes up a new one. It makes up a whole fucking new like Kevin Bacon movie.
just generates one. But yeah, it is really funny seeing like AI guys will be online and be like, oh, hey, check it out, and just use AI to fully generate police body cam footage. This is gonna be so good. And it's
this is so cool.
This is so cool. It's like, how is this cool? Like, won't this be used for bad things? And they're like, oh, yeah, don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
It's okay. This is totally not gonna like. I think what everyone's waiting for, like what I'm waiting for, is that the right person is gonna like generate the right image that's gonna fuck over the right politician, and that's hopefully gonna like domino affect it into like, okay, legislation is gonna happen. You know, right?
So Google Bard just gave me a huge non-answer. I said, What movie did Kevin Bacon method act for? Well, the term method acting doesn't necessarily have a direct link to one specific movie in an actor's career. I'm like, I didn't ask that. I told you to tell me the name of the movie, piece of shit.
Damn, nice job, ChatGPT.
Thanks. That's what I wanted. I wanted that so fucking bad.
I wanted a fucking definition.
Jesus Christ. But you know, I have not seen Balto in a long time, so it could be a classic.
Yeah, I genuinely don't think I've ever seen Balto. I've just...
It kind of holds up. It's the sequels that are kind of just like, okay, enough already.
Is there a million sequels to Balto? Let's see if I get
I'm thinking at least like 3. That might be too many, though.
I hope I get an AI-generated answer.
AI-generated Balto movie.
I want there to be like 30 Balto sequels.
I mean, there's that Alpha and Omega movie or whatever that's basically just like a CGI Balto or whatever that has like fucking...
There are also like those bajillion Swan Princess movies, and like in none of them is she even like a swan anymore. So it's like, why do we still follow these characters?
That's pretty funny.
It's a real like Dragon Ball sort of progression system,
right?
You know?
Like they dropped the Dragon Ball. Yeah, we don't really give a fuck about the Dragon Balls no more.
Yeah, you know, we can kind of just fucking ask
we're gods
to bring
now,
guys back. You know.
Yeah, so there's no point, you know. Although the film was a major financial disappointment, it was overshadowed by the success of Pixar's Toy Story. Its subset sales on home video led to 2 direct-video sequels, Balto 2, Wolf Quest, and Balto 3, Wings of Change. By the way, Balto 3, Wings of Change does not have like you can't click its name. It's not blue. So it does not have a Wikipedia page. So, you know, get on to that.
Apparently it does, but it's only in Italian.
I guess they give a fuck about that movie.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of Balto fans in Italy. I don't want to set foot in that country personally for a lot of reasons, and that's one more.
I might go to Italy just to perform a bit of Lupin fan tourism. They love Lupin over there.
Yeah, that is true. They do love Lupin there. It's like isn't like the new Lupin animes will drop in Italy before it even drops in Japan. Like it's like
really
obsessed with it.
That's fucking crazy. Imagine being that. Imagine like getting super popular in like a different country and you're hailed as a king or anything, you know.
Yeah, you know, I mean that's just what Akira Toriyama must feel about Mexico, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so tempted to fuck it. Say fuck it, drop it all. Become like some sort of influencer in Japan so I could be like a token minority that dances or something, you know. Because they're probably like that, you know. They probably dig that. I've seen the way they like, and I got that from there's a comic creator named Felipe Smith, and he's part of like the club of the few like non-Japanese people to get like a manga published in Japan, you know.
Yeah.
And he did a Pikachu was the name of the comic. It's not too bad. I liked it. But I remember he was talking about getting interviewed and like for like, you know, Japanese shows, and they tell them like, oh, can you like speak English? And he's all like, yeah, but I rather like speak Japanese because like I've been practicing and everything. Like I took the time to learn it, right? And they also asked him like, oh, do you want to, you think you could do like a little dance too when you're like, and it's why did you ask me that? And they're like, oh, it just looks like you're good at dancing. And it's like, what the fuck?
The fucking crowd starts throwing dog biscuits at him.
Yeah, and apparently there was, what was I gonna say? Because apparently he could have made like a whole career just showing up. Like there's people who say like, oh, the manga artist that looks like a soccer player was the fucking thing there was like a nickname they gave him, and it's like, damn, this is like, oof, I don't like that.
Damn, this is you're just being a professional token at that point.
Right. But if I was if I was really that desperate, going to Japan, fuck it, just be a token Mexican, you know, on like a Japanese show. and they'll ask for my opinions on shit, and I would just have to make that shit up.
Yeah, just make up whatever things you have to say. Like, well, actually, in
Right.
Mexico, they still believe in dragons.
Right, exactly. In
What are they gonna do? Check?
In Mexico, horses have rights, and it's illegal not to wear a cowboy hat.
Yeah, in Mexico, there are 17 different Dragon Ball dubs. It's the linchpin of that industry.
Right, exactly.
In Mexico, dogs are legally allowed to read.
It's considered animal abuse if you don't teach your dog to read. Oh my god. Yeah, that'd be epic. Just tell lies. Just my whole career, I fucking tell lies to other people.
Exactly.
In 2005, a member of the Japanese cabinet was dismissed for having the wrong opinion on Evangelion.
Yeah. 30 lashes he got.
That's pretty epic. You gotta commit Sudoku. Poku. Is it racist to say Sudoku? It probably is racist that I call it Sudoku, huh?
I mean, I guess it's like, I know a lot of people on like TikTok and YouTube shorts use Sudoku to refer to suicide because it's like, it's like a word that won't be like, get your thing censored.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
people just say it now.
Yeah, I know that people...
And I know a lot of people hate math, so one could consider the act of solving a Sudoku puzzle as condemnation.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know how Sudoku works, so I would consider it a type of punishment.
It's like
I don't. I just said I didn't.
It's like math, right? It's like math, like the fucking
number. I gotta do math.
The number next to the other number, you gotta find like a number that correlates to the number. Like that's.
Yeah, you're really selling this to me.
Yeah, I got like the only puzzles I can do are in video games. If it's word with pencil and paper, no, sorry, buddy.
Yeah, if you want me to fit a square peg into a square hole, I'm here for you. Anything else though, best of luck.
If I can't be if I can't be Link with my arrow shooting eyes on the wall as a puzzle, then you lost me.
Yeah, I think if only more like rocket science was like that, I'd already get us to Mars. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Oh my fucking god. Yes. Anyway. So it was my birthday yesterday.
Oh damn, happy
Congratulations.
birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. By the time this podcast comes out, it won't be the yesterday that was my birthday. But I finally become 28. Big
go.
Number.
The old 28.
The old 28.
I can legally drive monster trucks now.
Do you have to be 28 to drive a monster truck?
No, I don't think so.
I was about to say, that's a very specific...
That'd be funny if, you have to be, it's not like the driving age. It's that just counts for cars. You got to be, different ages for, other vehicles.
Yeah,
No son of mine will be a monster truck driver. But, Dad, I'm 28 years old. Come on. Why don't you ride a motorbike like your old man? No, Dad, I want to be a monster driver.
Grandpa died in that motorbike explosion. I'm not going to die in a monster truck explosion. They're too powerful.
But it gives you a monster explosion that then kills you harder.
No, I make everything explode around me. I'm gonna fucking do a wheelie on Grandpa's fucking dumbass grave.
And at the end of the movie, he does it, and the dad says, "That's my boy. That's my boy in the monster truck."
He's in handcuffs, and he's like, "That's my boy." The cops are trying to hold him to himself.
That's my boy. He's getting fucking tased.
God, I think speaking of fucking movie cliches, I think they should have had a dance party sequence at the end of Avengers Endgame, we did it, guys. We defeated Thanos. I feel a dance party coming on, and I saw her face, dude. Yeah, I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, that genuinely would be really good. I don't know why.
But Tony wouldn't be there because he dies, right?
He's we see a clip of him in heaven, and he's busting it down.
It frantically zooms in and out of Tony's casket.
or you know that one scene where like Thanos sees like the like child Gamora and is like what did it cost? Everything. But Tony's there and he's like dancing, and so is Black Widow. They're dancing together.
Black Widow is in hell though. She is surrounded with fire and
hell.
brimstone.
She's in hell because she can't give birth to babies.
Yeah, fucking idiot.
Stupid bitch. I hate
That
her.
reminds me of something that I recalled from a conversation I had elsewhere. In Advent Children, they keep showing these two characters, Zach and Aerith, in like Cloud's mind, but they're like there as ghosts, and they don't do anything. He's just constantly thinking about them, I guess. That's how I imagine what you described in my head. Like Tony and Black Widow are like there, but not there. Someone's thinking about him.
There should be like they should probably do that in the new Avengers movie. Like have one of the characters who've never met them like see them in heaven for a second.
I think they should do like that Goku angel pose, but with Tony Stark's face just like superimposed over it at the end of Endgame.
Aren't they making a Ned Magic? Maybe it could be him.
A what magic?
Ned Magic? Who's that?
Who is Peter Parker's friend in those movies?
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, Ned. He's called Ned in the movie. Yeah. Well, but no, because they're probably never gonna revisit that. Like, God, I the more I think about No Way Home, the more I don't like it. Because it's like, okay, so does he remember that he learned magic? Because he doesn't know that Peter exists, right? But like,
oh yeah,
he must have recalled that he helped Spider-Man, right? And he learned some magic, you know. It's so like weird. And also, what about all the footage of Peter's face that exists? You know, like, what the fuck is the deal with that? God.
Yeah, I guess J. Jonah Jameson just had his memory wiped entirely. You know.
I think another thing too, and I guess now I'm getting serious with my complaints about the fucking movie.
Yeah.
I don't like the ending where it's like, oh, you know, Norman Osborn just needed the anti-goblin serum and he'd been okay, right? And it's like, God, that's so like a simplification of like what happened in that first Spider-Man movie. Because like,
yeah,
Norman is already like a piece of shit, right? Like he's already an awful person, and the goblin serum, like that just made him like, you know, that just like, you know, it just kind of like made it. Now he could go all out with it, you know.
Yeah,
like
that scene where he's like, "You can't do this to me," isn't him being a victim. It's his hubris in action.
Right, exactly. He already had like a low opinion about people, right? Like that whole speech that he gives Spider-Man, that's like something he legit already believed before he became the Goblin.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's how he came up about like the business world, right? And just to have it that in No Way Home, it was like, oh, if you only had like anti-goblin serum, you know, he would have been fine. It's like, no, like that's not how that works. He still would have been awful. You know, you wouldn't have fixed the problem actually.
Yeah, but what if someone just invented a pill to make you no longer a megalomaniacal maniac, huh?
Then I would like eat 50 of them.
And then everything would be solved, you know?
Right.
Fucking easy.
Fucking awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. No Way Home, best movie, actually.
I take it all back.
It tackles mental health in the best way possible.
Yeah, like if only there was like
what if a wizard gave you an antidote to cure your mental illness?
What if there was like a mental health juice? You just drink it and you'll be good, you know?
like Popeye eating his spinach. You're now more powerful.
They should make like
mentally ill.
Okay, here's my pitch for a new Twilight Zone episode. So it's like a guy who's like autistic and he's like an amazing artist, but like he feels that his whole life has been. It's like, oh, the autism has made my life worse. Oh, no. And they're like, oh, we have the autism curing juice. And he drinks it. And then after he drinks it, he's like an awful artist. He doesn't have that passion no more. And he's like, oh, no, what have I done? No, I should have just accepted who I am. Right? Boom. Yeah, there you go. Rod Serling. Call Rod Serling right now. That's my pitch.
Get his ghost on the phone.
That's an interesting premise, son, but I feel like that's too real for TV.
Imagine a world where you could cure autism.
Then there wouldn't be as many funny comic books out there. How would you watch Marvel movies?
A world without autism. There's like no MCU.
It's just nothing but historical documentaries.
Spider-Man. No, we read the Bible here. Oh no, what have I done? What have I done? No, I want to go back to the autism world.
No. Damn.
Yeah. So I think that is modern Twilight Zone. Jordan Peele was doing that for a quick second, and I think they only got one season because everyone's like, "Who cares?"
Yeah, I remember. I think the only one I ever watched was like, it was like a guy who like had a stand-up comedy routine, and like, I forget what happened. Basically, if you ever mentioned someone in their stand-up comedy routine, they would die. So it's kind of like, what if Death Note was a bad comedian? You know,
that'd be kind of cool.
And eventually he just got to the point where he was just going on stage and saying people's full names and addresses.
What's the deal with Aaron Hansen, you know?
Just go up there. That guy? Just go up there and read the Epstein list and like you're good.
It's like, there we go. I solved everything. I hope you like my comedy special.
You know what's a funny name? Stephen Hawking. You know what's another funny name? Tom Hanks.
Have you heard of this guy? He's called Matt Groening. That's all I have to say right now.
Just fucking, oh god, it's funny. I have a buddy who's like super into like conspiracy theories, but I think all conspiracy people have this problem where it's like if their favorite people are involved in the conspiracy, they'll like deny it, or they'll be like, well, but nah, not really, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like there's like, if there's someone they like, so well, no, you see, conspiracies don't only work when it's someone I don't like.
Right, exactly. So I forgot who I mentioned that was on the list, and he was all like, oh, but yeah, he probably wasn't doing the pedophile stuff. I forgot who it was. But it's like, oh, okay, everyone else was doing the pedophile shit, but the one guy I like wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, how could Stephen Hawking even do it? Come on.
How could he even do it? Yeah, like I believe the whole little people forcing them to do math on chalkboards.
that is such a funny visual. They can't reach it. He's just like fucking hitting the ha key on his little keyboard.
God, why was he invited? I wonder. They just invited anyone who was like famous, right? Like,
I guess Epstein was like, I gotta let people know my pedophile island is for intellectuals. So I need to invite the smartest man in the world.
Well, the whole angle was like networking, right? So you get someone famous, and then they tell someone else famous, oh yeah, I know this guy and his handler lady. Let me give you their card.
Yeah, it's like celebrities that like ran a party be like, hey, yo, you know how you've been telling me you want to be a pedophile? Yo, I know a guy.
I know you said you've been getting into pedophilia recently. Well, this guy runs Pedophile Island, and it's legal.
In the back of my mind, that's how I imagined those Max Landis parties to be. Like, apparently, you just had to know someone to get in.
Damn,
yeah, they were definitely sacrificing people there, killing and eating them probably.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would.
I would definitely skin and eat someone if I was at a cool party.
Mm-hmm, right.
If the vibes are right and there's just someone being on a little like obelisk being cut open with a dagger, it's like, hey, I like the punch here.
Hey, free range grill, when in Rome.
Oh my God.
No, you don't understand. I'm eating him with respect.
Yeah, listen, the guy here in the little black robe said he consented to this.
He said, this is cool. This is chill.
Yeah, he's wearing like a masquerade mask to hide his identity. I don't know what that's all about, but he seems like I can trust him.
Is there any like video game related people? Like, did Shigeru Miyamoto go to the island? I wonder.
I don't think Epstein knows who Super Mario is. I'll be honest.
I guess wasn't it only American celebrities? That's kind of boring. I kind of want to see someone that's popular in another country.
Tite Kubo from Bleach fame.
Akira Toriyama was on the list. No!
I feel like it would be less likely to be anyone involved on the creative side, and probably more so like Bobby Kotick types.
Yeah, like just sort of like producers and Like just sort of
So if you
big
ever
name
like
guys.
rose that high up in the food chain, then maybe you would be on the Epstein list, like Peter Monalou. Which I kind of feel bad saying that because he gets enough shit for actual things he did. I'm sorry, Mr. Monalou.
Who's Peter Monalou? That sounds familiar.
Isn't that the guy
Bullfrog. He made a Dungeon Keeper, Populous, and then
like,
later ruined his
Fable?
career by, driving Fable into everyone's face.
Oh, nah. Did Todd Howard go to the island? That'd be funny.
Yeah, I think that's where he got the inspiration for Skyrim, actually. there were like dragons on that island and stuff. He's like, what if I put that in a video game?
What if you could fuck children in this video game? Oh, and there's dragons there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Put the dragons in it, too.
Fucking, what if Oda was on the island? That'd be fucking crazy.
He's like, listen, I was just looking for some reference material of like evil islands for my story arc. The
Straw Hat Crew are gonna go to the Pedo Island. That's the last island.
Yeah, they're see that these are the bad guys. I just need to know for reference. All right, don't worry about it.
He gets on the boat that like will just have him, and then he accidentally finds himself on Epstein Island. He's like, "Oh, I just wanted to go on a sailing trip. I didn't know this was going on here."
Yeah, well, maybe that's how Tom Hanks got trapped on Epstein Island. It was like a castaway situation. Like that was a documentary, and when he got on his little raft, he washed up on Epstein Island. It's like, what's going on here, Wilson?
What's going on here? What are they doing to these children?
And then when he came back, they said, "We can't make a movie about this. What if you were a FedEx administrator?"
It's like, yeah, you know what? A FedEx administrator cast away. You guys are pretty smart on this pedophile island.
I thought you said FedEx You said administrator. I thought you said administrator, and I'm like, oh, is it like a church of FedEx? Is that like the fucking angle? You get married at one? Maybe you can legally.
Yeah, they'll mail a certified priest to your house in 3 to 7 days.
Definitely. I wonder if anyone's ever tried to like fool someone into like a marriage license signing. I wonder what's like the most obtuse way someone got someone to marry them. Right, like, just sign here real quick.
Yeah, you're like, hey, can you write your name right here on this little sliver of paper? And then you fold it out. I was like, I gotcha.
We're married now.
There's a scene in this movie I watched recently, the Hitman's Bodyguard 2.
Oh, wow.
Where Ryan Reynolds' character is adopted by the two criminals that he bodyguards. And he signs the paper thinking that it's a reinstatement of his bodyguard license. But it was the paper like saying, no, you as an adult man are now the child of these two adult murder sociopaths.
Oh, wow. Does this happen like at the end of the movie? Is like an ending joke? Or, okay.
At the end of the movie, there were like all these scenes up to that point with the wife character like being concerned about being a mother. And over the course of the movie, there are several allusions to like how Samuel L. Jackson's character would be a good dad because he takes such good care of the Ryan Reynolds character. And I guess a part of their deal with the FBI is that they get to keep Ryan Reynolds' character as their son.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Must be good. It's a sequel, obviously.
It's very stupid.
Yeah, he looks at the
But I enjoyed myself because of the over-the-top performances. Like Morgan Freeman is in the movie. He's Ryan Reynolds' actual dad. He taught Ryan Reynolds' character everything he knows. But Morgan Freeman's character is evil in that movie.
That's the twist.
Like the big reveal is, Dad, what are you doing here? Oh, I work for the bad guys now, son. That's not how they say it, but that's basically how it is.
Wow.
Oh, I'm evil, son. I'm going to kill you now.
I'm evil now, son.
Can't you see my evil red eyes? They just glow like the fucking dog from the Goosebumps opening.
Oh my fucking god. That's epic. It kind of reminds me of the Argyle trailers. And everyone's like was memeing about it. You guys seen the trailer for Argyle?
What's Argyle?
I feel like I did, but I can't remember anything from it.
They play it like everywhere all the time. I'll show you the poster, and fucking when I saw the poster for the first time, and I saw it far away, and I was like, wait a second, is that a fucking minion? And it's like, wait, no, that's not a minion. Look at this poster and tell me you wouldn't think minion first. Hold up, it's loading.
Oh yeah, I just looked it up. I see what you mean. It looks like a little
Yeah.
little bag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little like backpack with a cat. I have one of those. But from far away, it looked like a minion, and I was like, "Oh, is Argyle the new minion?" Is that
the new minion.
Once you know the secret, don't let the cat out of the bag. What a tagline!
Is it that? Yeah, maybe Argyle was a minion who was always there, and I just didn't notice.
Yeah, maybe he was some sort of like rogue minion who doesn't want to work for Hitler.
It doesn't play by the rules.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's an evil minion that doesn't want to kill people.
I'm gonna help.
Oh wow,
I'm gonna
Sam
help
Rockwell
good
is in
people.
this. Is he the cat?
There's a lot of people in this. John Cena is in this. It's a very star-studded cast. The premise is that like there's an author who writes these like spy stories, and then it turns out that she weirdly is like psychically just predicting real missions, right?
Oh yeah, I remember seeing the trailer for that.
And she's like, "Oh my god, why is this happening to me?" And they're trying to kill her. The bad guys are, but the good guys are like, "We're gonna use her abilities to, I don't know, save the day or something."
Yeah, use her psychic abilities to figure out like what's at the end of her book and how can we think,
We want you to use your psychic abilities to fucking squish the brains of 5-year-olds.
Yeah, just like imagine him dying horribly, please.
We want you to explode like the brains of children of dictators.
Yeah,
that's our fucking blackmail.
That's so awesome.
Mm-hmm. That is really cool. Can't wait for Argyle, guys. February 2nd, according to this poster.
Yeah, it's gonna be the movie of the year. Everyone's gonna be talking about it.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly.
Finally, a win for Universal Studios.
We need to support our boy Henry Cavill, because he's been having it rough. Everything he's been in got canceled, or just went to shit or something. I think.
Isn't he producing a Warhammer thing?
I think so. I think I heard that. I think he is a big nerd for Warhammer, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm looking at January movies of this month, and it's looking pretty rough. I think Argyle's got this. Its competition is Bitcoined and
Bitcoined.
Yeah,
is that like a pro Bitcoin movie, or is that like
I don't know. It looks like it's like the Wolf of Wall Street, but with Bitcoin.
Damn.
Oh wow, that sounds awful.
Yeah, it does sound like the worst movie ever, which is why Argyle's got a shot.
Mm-hmm, right. Reminds me of that Hunter Biden movie. I think that was like a Daily Mail movie. Like, oh, look at the Biden son who loves to party and shit and ruin everything. It's like, why do you think this makes him look bad?
Yeah, I never understood the Hunter Biden stuff because I feel like if he was a conservative, these guys would be like, this guy's really cool.
Yeah, he doesn't really like do anything too different from them. He
just does drugs and takes pictures of his penis.
Oh, look at his massive dick and balls, and he smokes crack. Like, who cares? I don't care.
Like, yeah, come on now. Everyone takes pictures of their penis.
Everyone smokes crack.
Everyone smokes crack.
Speaking of smoking crack, you hear what happened to? You heard about Viper the rapper, and how
he like kept a woman in his basement or something.
Yeah, for 5 fucking years. And I think there was.
Oh my god.
I think there was an album of his or a song where it's like, "This is the house where I keep the woman in my basement" or something. I swear that's what I saw. It could have been just a quick Photoshop someone made, but like in today's day and age, who knows,
Yeah, I wasn't tricked. I just can't believe anything anymore.
Okay, so the guy who runs his fucking Vivo archive channel 3 days ago posted, "You'll never find out I had someone locked in my garage for 5 years. Oh no.
Oh no.
I am cutting. Okay, 9 days ago they dropped a video called "I am cutting all contact with Viper." 1 or 2 more videos will come and that would be it. That's a funny title because that implies that he probably knows people are going to click on it, so he just put the crucial information in the title. Like, yeah, probably 2 more Viper videos and it's over, guys. I'm not going to associate myself with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think the whole keeping a woman in your basement thing is not great. But I had these really good lyrics I think would go good with the beat that he made, and I gotta put it on there.
Okay, well, all my favorite Viper songs came out before he kidnapped this woman, so I think I'm in the clear, really.
The pre and post kidnapping era. When is Anthony Fantano gonna get a deep dive into that?
His music just went to shit after he kidnapped that woman. Oh god, Oh, so this is the podcast where we're gonna go to hell, and when I go to the pearly gates, St. Peter's gonna pull out this episode of the podcast and be like, "Bro, you were making fun of this basically a fucking like rape victim." And I'm like,
yeah, well, hey, it's how like all dogs go to heaven. Well, there's actually a sequel that called All Podcasters Go to Hell, so it's fine.
All Podcasters Go to Hell sound like a real ass movie. I'm not gonna lie, I can like totally picture that in my head. About
we gotta make get ChatGPT to write a script about that right quick.
Mm-hmm, right, exactly. One order of all podcasters go to hell. That might work as a name for a podcast.
That I feel like that has to be. Let me see.
Mm-hmm. All podcasters go to hell. See, whoever said that, like, starting a podcast is the new, like, oh, you want to start a band. And that's totally fucking true.
It really is, yeah. Like it's like every sort of group of friends will like sit around and be like, we can do this. We've got what it takes. Similar with the band.
He died and went to hell. A Christian podcast.
Yeah,
yeah.
That is a good name for a Christian podcast, I have to say.
Yeah, a Christian just one.
There's got to be more, right? Mm-hmm. Like, come on now.
But if I should just name this the Christian podcast, as in we are like the be all end all when it comes to Christian podcasts.
Yeah, we're the first one. The Pope endorsed us. Actually, you could put like an AI generated image of the Pope giving a thumbs up.
I am the Pope, and I endorse this podcast. I think that's what an Italian accent sounds like, right?
Yeah, we can get AI to do his voice.
Right, exactly.
Just make up some lies, serve some hot lies.
I love Undertale, really good. Deltarune, not that good. I'm kind of giving him like a Trump inflection almost. But...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on the all podcasters go to hell premise. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking in my head like songs that they would sing and like what famous podcasting figure could you make the Carface character?
They would you would hear like the intro to the Chapo Trap House podcast with the little Yoshi sound effect that they put in the music.
Yeah. That it sounds like Yoshi's burning in hell.
Yeah, it does. I wonder if I should change the opening music for this podcast. I do eventually want to get at the level where we can just do like a little contest for like a new podcast opening song or something,
Yeah, for a little jingle.
Right, exactly. And then people just submit it and then we just review it. I don't consider this the final form of this podcast. I might change the podcast name later. Maybe I will go with the Christian podcast.
Yeah, no one has main character syndrome anymore.
Right, exactly.
Our new podcast slogan, have you prayed today?
The Praycast.
You could call All Podcasters Go to Hell. There you go.
All Podcasters Go to Hell, right? That's longer than main character syndrome.
Yeah, but it rolls off the tongue,
I think I was gonna call I had a name that was like Cheesy and the Cracker Brothers. It was gonna be
the Cracker Brothers. That's good.
That was when I eventually get like 5 white guys to be my co-hosts, including Julian too. And because I was trying to recreate the magic of the PCP. But I had a couple, like an episode ago, someone commented saying that, and I'm bringing this up again. Someone commented saying like, "Oh, have Ben Saint on more," and I'm like, Yeah, because you want to pretend this is the PCP, don't you, motherfucker?
Damn.
But a part of me would not be super opposed to that idea. So, because people at least like that podcast, right?
Yeah, seems like people liked it.
Right, definitely. Okay, I think we're close to the end of this podcast, and I think I want to end with New Year's resolutions. What do you guys? You guys got anything in mind you want to accomplish this new year?
Oh, many things. This magazine is no closer to coming out, but I want to eventually distill it down to a system where it will have more frequent and reliable releases.
Why magazine? I think I've complained before about I feel magazines are I'm not shitting on you or anything, but I'm saying
it's
I feel
just a thing I have nostalgia for. I have several magazines I open up and it's like, yes, this is information that I can't get anywhere else, and it's just cool that it's in a nice small 32-page book. Oh wow, there are 12 of these. That's so cool.
All right.
I also like the idea of a digital magazine. You want to collect the whole set, but once you're 3 years into it, you have stacks of these things. But if they're digital, you don't have to worry about that.
Right, true.
Yeah, that is a neat little idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess
it also could fulfill the angle of having a sort of living document effect to it. Whenever you have to publish a retraction or something, it has to be a whole separate thing. Just produce a new edition of that thing you're correcting.
Imagine if you have to retract everything you said in the previous one. The new issue is just a whole 5, how many pages the previous one was, full ass retraction on every page. I gotta retract this, I gotta take this back, I gotta take that back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta put a lot of asterisks here. Turns out I got everything wrong.
Right, exactly. I've been tempted.
This will be less like that, though. It's more art focused.
Word.
The problem is that art takes a long time to make.
Right. I've been tempted to maybe start a blog or something where I can just put my opinions and ideas out there on. Maybe. Right. Because a podcast is fine. I think a podcast is okay. But I'm not always recording the fucking podcast, right? So I forget about things or ideas or whatnot,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be too opposed to having that on a blog or something. I don't know. With social media, it all gets drained out, right? But with a blog, it all stays there, I guess, right?
More or less. It's at least easier to organize than traditional social media.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot more you can kind of personalize it. You can add folders and stuff, and it's just a lot more you can do there.
Right, exactly.
I guess it's just making a Tumblr though at that point, right?
Right. Sure. Yeah. It's not too fucking different than that. That's not my New Year's resolution. My New Year's resolution is just to get financially stable, because I have been going for a parade of financial crises one after another. And it's been awesome. It's been great, folks. Haha, not gonna lie. Haha. No, it sucks. It sucks balls. Huge balls, actually.
I imagine.
So I'm trying to stabilize myself. I'm still gonna keep doing fucking projects, stuff that I mentioned on other podcasts we're going through. I guess I could announce it on this one if you haven't seen my social media yet. I'm organizing a redraw. Think it's like a reanimation project, but for a comic, right? And and we're gonna redraw the Diesel comic from 1997, I think. Yeah, 1997. And Diesel, you guys know anything about Diesel, the comic?
Yeah, it's like a JoJo's ripoff. I guess you want to draw it over it with the JoJo characters.
Right. Well, see, the thing, I'm gonna give the artist the liberty to do what they want to, as long as whatever's going on the page is conveyed to them.
I don't know if you wanted to keep it to just part 3, since that seems to be what it's aping, or if you wanted to if it could just be as long as it's JoJo related.
Just do whatever feels cool or right, whatever. Yeah, I don't really mind.
So when someone's assigned a page, they don't have to strictly adhere to that page layout.
Yeah, they could change the page layout. The only thing is don't change the text. You have to have that text there.
Yeah,
right?
that's definitely interesting. I don't think I've seen anyone do that with a comic before.
I seen people do that. But I get no, not to sound mean or anything, but I've seen people do that and they let anyone in, and like I get it, like, oh, you want to be nice or whatnot, but I'm really am kind of like keeping the quality. Me and I'm organizing this with Jim Protis of the Joe Kakaka podcast that is like a JoJo podcast, and
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like how many pages is the Diesel comic?
it's only well, I really only need like 21 artists, because there's only really like 3 pages, and me and Jim are drawing our own pages. Like, I already picked out which page I want. And don't worry, guys. I bit the bullet and I picked out the boring page, or the boring pages. Oh, I'm not gonna say what
Damn.
it is because I want to keep it a surprise. Um, so everyone else has all the other fun pages. But I do want, like, a little bit of quality control. Sometimes, like, I'm having people actually apply, like showing me examples of shit they've done, to see if they're
Yeah.
up to stuff, right? Just don't really want to let, yeah, just don't really want to let anyone in. It's not a first come first serve. We're actually looking at your stuff. Also, like, seeing people could follow simple directions, right? Because I can't remember where I heard it, but like, if people really fuck up simple directions about applying something, you shouldn't like hire them, because it's like, if they fuck up the small like directions, you don't want them to potentially fuck up the big ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
And
been
make sure
growing
that
good. Yeah.
they're capable of like listening and stuff. But
Mm-hmm. I'm
yeah,
I'm yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I get it. What he's trying to say is he's got his collab comic project coming, but you better be able to listen to directions, but
Right,
also do what you
exactly.
want.
Exactly. Well, it'll be explained for the artists involved. I'm pretty sure by the time this podcast gets out, I'll still be looking for people to apply. I only need like a
Okay.
couple more, and then I'll be good. But yeah, so I think I still might be looking for applications by the time this podcast is out. But yeah, I guess, yeah, my resolutions just to be financially well. What do you want, Spo?
So I definitely do want to work on more comic projects and like animatics and stuff. That's definitely something I feel like I didn't do as much in 2023 as
Mm-hmm.
in like 2021 or 2022, and I don't want to
Yeah.
really get back into that.
Did
But
was it
I just kind
were you
of,
too busy with your like real life or with your daily life, or did it just kind of slip your mind?
it was kind of just like, it was mostly like I had like work and stuff, and yeah, like there was like some daily life sort of personal stuff going on, and also just like I don't know, sometimes I get like creative paralysis when I'm like sitting there looking at a blank canvas, like, fuck, what do I want to do, what do I
No,
want to
I
do?
no, I get you. It's very annoying.
Yeah, it is, because like I want to draw, but it's like fucking have like choice paralysis. So
I
yeah, I want to try to
I think it's
my best to just get over that and just fucking do something.
I think I find it easy for me to want to draw something if I know what the ending looks like. Like, oh, I know
Yeah.
where this is all going. It's very easier to get involved. Sometimes you just gotta just draw something and get in the rhythm of just making things, right?
Yeah, like that's kind of what I've been trying to force in. It's like just draw whatever right now. Like sometimes
I
just
guess
getting
that's a
something
more
finished is
concise way to
better.
describe my resolution, getting into that rhythm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think getting into my new job and getting into the rhythm of that, and while I try to calibrate back into my making stuff, like I'm making smaller comics again. People have been really digging that. I've also, like, I think what I'm gonna do is for my, because I did just drop like a small comic today. I did one where, like, this one requires some context, but in like Japan there's like these two dentist mascots. Like, one's a superhero called Dent Man.
Oh yeah, I love them. The
Yeah, yeah.
one's like a candy guy.
Yeah, Mr. Mutants, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, and I just drew a comic where, like, it's like the ending of Infinity War, where like Thor has has the axe and Thanos like, you should have gone for the head, and then he snaps his finger right in front of him, but instead it's like, Deadman has. I'll just repost it here,
Yeah.
but for the audience, Deadman has his like brush, like on Mutan's like shirt, and it's like implied that he fucking axe stabbed him with it. But Mutants is like, you should have gone for the head, and then like he pulls out
snaps his fingers.
his little candy infinity gauntlet and snaps his fingers.
Damn, I'm looking at it now. This is really good.
Yeah.
What was Deadman's comic? I think he said something like, "What the fluoride?"
Yeah, he said, "What the fluoride?"
Yeah, he says that all the time with just like stuff he doesn't like know what to say to, I guess, and it's really funny.
He says
it's such a.
He says that a lot to like ship art, like when people ship him and Mr. Mutants.
yeah, you know, it's just like it's just such like a good like Super Sentai hero catchphrase for like what the fuck. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, they're awesome. They both follow me now on Twitter because of that comic. So that's the secret, guys. Just make fan art for them and they'll follow you.
yeah. So you got both of them on the post engagements. They're here.
Hell yeah.
I hate getting that kind of follow because it's like, I will disappoint you.
Yeah, it's
maybe.
like
I'll spend
I'm
an
not
entire
gonna
week talking about cartoons.
I'm gonna draw more Deadman fan art. I know what you're expecting, man, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's like you're probably not gonna see any more Deadman related things out of me, but you know, I appreciate it. I mean, if anything, I see a lot of Japanese accounts do that where they just follow people back if you just follow them.
Yeah.
I think they're just not super interested in looking at their feed or anything. You know?
Yeah. Just kind of sort of go there to post their stuff and then kind of dip.
Right, exactly. It's like easy for them, and they only really like if you add them with fan artists, the only time. Right.
They'll really engage.
Yeah, I don't like Deadman starts liking my pro Gaza tweets.
I was like, damn, finally.
Israel is the real cavity on this earth.
The only cavity I'm okay with is the one that will be made in the earth with Israel, all right? I've said it.
Oh, no.
That's where Deadman finally...
Something I also... Yeah.
No, sorry.
No, it's fine. Something that I just decided that I'm just gonna like fuck it. For my comics, I'm just gonna have my signature not be transparent, because like I used to just have it transparent there in the corner, but I think that's been like detrimental in my like spread and reach, you know. Because if it gets reposted, it's like it's kind of hard to read the name. So I'm like, I should just whatever, make it opaque. It doesn't need to be transparent, you know. And if it gets erased,
even if they don't crop it out after 7 levels of JPEG recompressing, it becomes incomprehensible when it's transparent.
Yeah, because I think whatever, just let it like kind of spread, and it probably is better if I do that because then people see my name clearly, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They know that's a cheesy comic.
Right. Exactly.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna keep doing this. There was a guy on TikTok who made me feel bad. Not made me feel bad, but like it's like, oh, you do nothing but unoriginal comics. And it's I like them, but
yeah, I mean it's one of those things where like at the end of the day,
you just gotta
humor's subjective, and like if someone doesn't find you that funny, then it's like
I
can't really please them.
I think I just gotta pick just gotta pick a lane, really. Like, yeah, I can make a bunch of original things. Or I could make a bunch of just kind of parodies and whatnot, you know. And it's like, I think just having a consistency is going to help me in the long run. Maybe. I mean, we'll see how this year goes, you know.
I prefer to go about it half and half. Like, what I typically do is I'll do a piece of fan art, and then I'll do something that's entirely my own original thing.
Yeah.
I think people who only do fan art might be crippling themselves if like they have aspirations to do something else, because when people stop seeing their favorite character, they might stop paying attention unless the stuff is just really good.
That's
but then there are people who only do original stuff, and it's like, well, this week all you drew are apples.
Yeah, I mean that's why I try not to latch onto one particular fandom with the stuff I draw. I kind of just draw whatever I want to, so I don't have to feel like, oh, I'm the guy who draws this or whatever.
Yeah.
Even though in the back of my head, I think I should become that guy, because those people get all kinds of pull People are like, hey, that's the Midna guy. Follow him.
There's a lot of Midna guys, though.
There
It's
is
like
a lot
that's
a double-edged
true.
sword.
We
Yeah,
don't need
yeah.
Midna guys. We need more burger flippers. God damn it.
Exactly. We need electricians.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like something you could do for like a mitigator is like, because like a lot of the fan art comics you do usually have like some kind of joke to them or something. So maybe
Right.
if you
Yeah.
do original stuff, you could just do like original comedy stuff and
I-
just sort of sprinkle that in.
I have like, I mean, when I have like an original joke, I do like the little like white blob people, like the fucking
Mhm.
House of Decline,
I've
Stone
been
Toss
calling them
style little
cheesy
white
fart
blobs.
guys.
What?
I've been calling them Cheesy's fart guys.
Yeah.
Fart guys.
It's the fart guys. That isn't too bad because I call me personally, I call them fart comics because it's just like ideas I'm farting out.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of those. That's definitely a good way to sort of have like a medium middle.
Right. I think and just the end goal is still to become a writer for Robot Chicken.
Yeah.
And I won't stop until I'm in that writer's room. And
I will scale the wall of Adult Swim if I have to with my bare hands.
they're gonna need fresh new young bloods in there. And I think I have it. I think I have what they need.
Yeah, it's like the kids these days, they don't know who He-Man is. We got to do some more original jokes
We gotta
about,
We gotta do some we gotta do some Minion stuff.
Yeah, some Minion stuff. That's good.
got
You
Freddy
know?
Yeah, get some
Fazbear.
Splatoon parodies in there.
Yeah.
Get Huggy Wuggy in the mix.
Yeah, Poppy
Come on now.
Playtime, Rainbow
I mean,
Buddies, whatever the fuck they're called.
Legally, you can just use the Amazing Digital Circus characters in Robot Chicken. What are they going to do about it?
Yeah, what the fuck are we gonna do about it? You know, do
I mean,
Grimace.
they did a parody of like Homestar Runner,
Right, and
So-
I won't just default to like, and what if they got killed? I won't do that.
I mean, I feel like a reason that they do that is because they have no fucking idea what these are. They probably just had some mandate like, hey, write an iCarly sketch, and these guys are like 30 to 45 age range, and they're like, I don't know what fucking iCarly is.
I don't know what iCarly is. Watch this quick 3-hour-long video. It'll explain everything.
Perfect.
All right, perfect. I think with that we're at our. Wow. Okay, I'm fucking turning to Porky Pig. Shit. What the fuck? What's going on? I'm having a seizure. No, I'm not.
It happens.
I'm like stuttering.
What if the Robot Chicken nerd meets Alex Yick?
He's
There
You
we
could probably get
go.
like
who the fuck is
17
this
jokes out of
guy?
that.
What the fuck? He won't shut the
They
fuck
just
up.
say, "What the fuck is this?" and
What
at
the
each
fuck
other
is
over
this?
and over.
What the fuck is this? Why would he shut the fuck up? Where's the button to turn it off? Alec Yick. More like Alec Yike. More like Alec shut. More like Alex shut your big mouth.
This is good. There we
Yeah,
go.
great,
We
yeah.
got
Alex
it.
Yuck.
I should be a writer for Angry
Yeah.
Video Game. I think I have it.
I don't know who runs Robot Chicken, but you know what? Just send that right in. Just send them an untitled email with that audio in it.
Yeah.
What's his face? Seth Green.
Does he
Yes,
still do
Seth
it?
Green.
Oh man,
And like
he was
3
on
producers
the.
behind him.
He was on the
Yeah,
Epstein's list too.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, Epstein is a big Robot Chicken fan. You
They're
know that?
gonna need me to replace him. They'll be like, oof,
Yeah.
Seth Green is bad news. We gotta get cheesy in on this.
We got to get a brown guy. It'll help smooth things
Yeah,
over.
we're gonna
I know
diversity
someone.
hire. I know a Mexican. He drew Freddy Fazbear getting shitted on. He might be our
People loved
guy.
it.
Yeah, people loved it. They ate it up. The kids. He drew an autistic Frankenstein.
Are you talking about Pan Pizza? No, but he is friends with Pan Pizza.
Dude.
You're gonna love him.
We get me and Pan. I'll get Pan. I'll get Pan
there
on
we go.
board.
On board, make the best Robot Chicken season you ever saw.
Right, it'll bring it back. They'll be like, "Oh yes, Robot Chicken has returned to form."
It is so fucking back.
All right, okay. I think that's the end of the podcast. What do you what do you got to promote, Spo? What do you got?
Just follow me on Twitter and stuff. If you want to see my art and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, nothing too much to promote right now.
Hell yeah! What do you got, Julian?
Well, I'm still working on the various projects that I say that I'm working on. But if you're someone who listens to this podcast and you think, I want to know more about that specific character, that Julian guy. If you go to my website, vqcd.in, I posted a big TMI disguised as a year in review. There's also a link on that page to my About page. If you haven't read it, get those parasocial gears running.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And I'm Cheesymanfredo. I'm gonna keep posting things. I got safe for work commissions, safe for watch commissions available now because I need the extra income. I'm still doing NSFW commissions. Just taking it wherever,
Yeah.
Right. And this Bishop and Earth.
Yeah, you gotta get it where you can get it.
Right, exactly. And follow, subscribe this channel. I got ideas and plans, hopefully that I could get into fruition. And I think that's it. I think we're done. Goodbye, everybody.
All right.
Goodbye.